Luolis is not wearing her party hat apparently, because he vetoed Talisman. One of the 3 new maps that we have. I would love to see as many of them as possible tonight, but obviously I'm not in charge. In the end, the game has decided what they want to play on. Hello, Alex. Austrian Alex, right? 2 out of the 3 Alexes are here. I just need German Alex to stop by so we have a hat trick. And I have to find a 4th Alex. Yesterday, Camo, 50-50-ish. Hello, Gemini. You're not a fan of the Yapper, mate? Or are you just a fan of Luolis? You're a German Alex too? I mean, German, Austrian. It's kind of the same, right? Let's be honest. Luolis is all things Protoss. A Finnish Terran is all things Protoss. They let anybody in these days. Huh? Hope you're having a good Friday, mate. Hope you had a fun day. I had a very funny interaction with good old Nick Tasteless Plot. After 22 years, Nick figured out that my name is not RotterdaM as the city, but he thought it was RotterdaM as in damn boy. It's unbelievable. Yeah, you know. I know that J-Money makes a lot of noise and he yaps a little, and he can definitely press people's buttons and not necessarily always in the right way. But at the end of the day, if we had a scene full of 10,000 J-Moneys, our scene would be kind of thriving, let's be honest. There would be a crazy amount of people signing up for everything. The ladder would be alive, so whether you like it or not, we need a couple J-Moneys in our life. That's just the way it is. You sent in the screenshots. Roddy, I've been practicing. I'm up to 4K. You're in your prime. I believe it. We'll make the match happen, mate. We have a decent amount of free time in February. I do have some other side things right now that are actually starting to take some time. But obviously there will always be a moment where I get to cast a little best of 5 between you and Pi. There's already 25 bucks on the line for that one, so. Or 20 bucks it was, whatever. We'll make it happen. No panic over it. No need to stress. We're going to make it happen. Alright, so we know for the first series of the 4. Let's start soon, guys. Because Psionic doesn't have all the time in the world. I mean, Psionic is a bit of a French romantic. Todd's nickname in Warcraft 3 was the Romantic Human. I don't know if we have to dub Psionic the Romantic Protoss, but the man's got Valentine's Day plans. He's got a little dinner reserved with his lady. So he says, Roddy, can I play earlier? I was like, no. You're going to have to play on the time that we agreed upon. But I did tell him that we're going to try to speed things up a little bit. We do have a ZVZ up next, so hopefully that ZVZ doesn't take forever. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, Psionic. A little romance, a little PvZ domination. Earlier today, the Protoss players got smacked, so it's about time that we get a Protoss victory again. How long have you been together with your lady, Psionic? And what's on the agenda? What kind of romantic dinner do we have planned on this very special Friday? 3 years? That's good, matey. Yep, I'm ready. Totally ready. Good luck, Amos. And have fun. Alright, let's go ahead and sit for it then. Because we have a chill pose and we have a gaming pose. Our first best of 5 of the night, obviously this Friday, was a little bit different than what I had in mind because we did the Lulu Cup earlier, so that was already a 3+ hour stream. Took a little break, had some fish, my dad stopped by, we hung up birdhouses, I carried a chair downstairs, played 2 games of Deadlock, got shreked in one, dominated the other. Overall, it's already been a fun Friday. I'm having a good time, but let's hope it's gonna be even better with 4 amazing best of 5s. 500 buckies on the line per usual on the Friday. I know the screen was black. Let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight.
Top right side of Frostline, we are looking at the main base of our Yapper. Yes, he makes a lot of noise. Yes, sometimes he can be a bit annoying, perhaps slash semi-delusional. But at the end of the day, I like the kid because he does play a lot. He signs up for everything. And if we would have a couple thousand J-Moneys out there, well, I wouldn't want to listen to it, but it would be very good for our tournament scene and our tournament ladder activity. So here he is once more. Big Brain Bouts have not been very kind to him, but is tonight his night? It's J-Money. He stopped by yesterday at 4:40 a.m. to tell me to go to bed. Started yapping in the middle of my deadlock game about his crazy amounts of practice. JMoney is treating this like a GSL Code S final. Apparently he has practiced with every Terran in the book. He feels that his mechanics are on fire. I am so certain he will be floating 700 minerals at minute 5 and losing 22 drones, but you know, he has been putting in the hours and that's all that matters. In the bottom left side, we are looking at the main base of our Finnish Terran, who's been asking me to play a couple games for a little while, and I told her, if you play in the Monday night event, there is a very good chance that you get invited again. Now, last Monday, she wasn't there. Week before, she was. This is Luolis. Did everyone see the Lunar New Year? Well, I know it's the year of the rabbit, which means we're going to Saudi Arabia, baby. Ain't that right? That's all I know. Other than that, I don't know anything about it. I'm legit kind of excited for this match. Obviously, the other 3 matches are higher level. The action should be a bit, perhaps, better, sharper. But, I don't know. Story-wise, I'm just interested in this because I find this a very tough one to predict. In my mind, Luolis is still better. But Luolis also told me that he's really not that good in TVZ. That he thinks the matchup is 5k at best. And on top of that, I think Luolis likes to play a tiny bit different. Yeah, I don't know. I can see this going 2 ways. Perhaps JMoney finally looks as good as he talks. Or is Luolis still just a little bit too good? Also possible. I find it tough. I legitimately find it tough to predict this one. And that is what gets me excited. Alright. JMoney has put 85 hours in the lab to work on his CVT openings, and 3 minutes in, he puts the first creep tumor in front of the Reaper. The Reaper stands there, clicks on the tumor, drops the grenade and kills it. That is a tumor that can obviously get sniped, don't get me wrong. This can happen to the best of us. But normally this is supposed to be a very close contest, right? Can the Queen get the Reaper? Yes, no, maybe. It is not supposed to be that easy. JMoney tries to get another tumor down. This one did work though, because there was a Queen on top of it, made it a bit harder. And the grenade actually connected with the Reaper too. It would have been a terrible start if JMoney actually lost back-to-back creep tumors. That just means that you're not going to have a whole lot of creep going for a while. Outside of that, everything looks very normal. Zergling speed on the way. We're cranking our drones. Saturation is starting to look better. We've got some free supply. We've got some scouting overlords. It's just Hellions on the side of Luolis. Outside of the creep tumor, it looks clean on the side of JMoney. Hello, Dave. I just went live, mate, like 10 minutes ago because I already had another stream earlier today. Maybe Ian Blue, but hey. Let the kid yap. In the end of the day, it doesn't really do any harm. Scan goes down, but JMoney is here to protect the strip tumors. Kinda goes through. I feel like JMoney had a surround at first. In the end, couldn't quite capitalize on it. We've got 6 Queens, 12 Lings. We're probably gonna need a few more. How's the Overlord Scout on the other side of the map? Overlord Scout is fine. There's no cloaked Banshees, by the way. It's just gonna be regular Banshees. What server is this? Oh yeah, that's a good point, Alex. So this obviously with USA against Finland, we're gonna do server hopping. We're starting off on Europe. Game 1 is on Europe. Game 2 will be NA. Game 3 Europe. Game 4 NA. And if we get to Game 5, which is kind of what I hope for, we're gonna flip a coin. So EU, NA, EU, NA. 7 more drones on the way for JMoney, who was supply blocked for a split second. These are, by the way, not the moments to be AFK with your links. You're just gonna give Luolis a few too many good shots on the aliens. JMoney, your drones could be in trouble. Your drones are in trouble. We're gonna surround it. Okay, it's actually not that bad. Honestly, guys, it's not that bad. This could have gone a lot worse. I'm not gonna say this is paradise for the Zerg. It's not. Oh, okay. The Banshee is actually getting a bunch of kills as well. 2 kills already. If it was just those drones going down against the Hellions, we can immediately redrone. It wouldn't have been so bad. Luolis is going to lose her Banshee. It's a tiny bit unfortunate. Down to 4 Marines. That's the army right now. Very risky to ever be stuck with 4 Marines in a 6-minute game against JMoney, the man who likes to build a few too many Zerglings. Yeah, that was definitely a nice juke here, huh? Like Ronaldo in his prime. With the Zerglings could not keep up. It was a pretty good Hellion movement. No, I can definitely see this. I feel like after 6 minutes, I've already seen enough where I do think they are both going to excel at some different things. I think it's close. I think this is going to be a really, really close series. I was hoping it'd be close, but I find it so hard to get good matches for JMoney because he talks so freaking much that by the time you're done listening to him, you're like, all right, Max Pax or Clem, right? Who do we give him? But then you look at his game, so you're like, you know, maybe not quite Max or Clem. Like, and so you kind of have to balance things out and then wonder what kind of level is he truly at. But to me, this looks competitive, and I know that the kid has been putting in the hours. I know that he does his best. Claims his TVZ is 5.3. Well, that would make him the favorite, but I don't know. It's hard to say. Bailing speed is finishing up. He's making 10 more drones, by the way. JMoney's maybe getting a tiny bit carried away, but if he gets away with this, he's gonna be in a pretty good spot. Let's be honest. He's got 7 queens right now, 7 zerglings, and 80 drones. I mean, JMoney's ZVT is definitely gonna be 5.3k if the Terrans will not attack him. If they do attack him, he's 3.7, because he's gonna be in trouble. But obviously, Luolis does not know what we know. So you're obviously gonna always be a little bit careful. You see Banelings with speed on creep, you're a little bit terrified. The pickup is good. We're gonna unload. It seems that JMoney might be able to get away with his absolutely ridiculous economy. Leading the charge here with the Lings. The Banelings will find some connections. So far I'd say so good for JMoney. Gonna try to spread some creep. He's got a lot of energy in some of the queens. Making 28 additional links. Wouldn't hate a tiny bit of map vision here. As far as I know, JMoney, yes, is indeed a bit of a macro god. I don't think he F2s a whole lot, if I recall it correctly. So put a Ling on patrol like here, put a Ling on patrol here, just to give yourself a bit of extra vision. Because right now, if we're following JMoney's vision, yes, he is trying to be an absolute macro god. But he's got very little map presence, he's got very little activity with his units. He doesn't see a lot. He just does not see a whole lot. And by the way, Luolis is also cranking out SCVs like no tomorrow. It's not skip a beat. JMoney's got some money in the bank. I wouldn't hate to see him fire up 2 upgrades. This is kind of the moment for it. Some Lings and Banes are gonna get some connections here. How is this fight going? Well, there is no fight yet. Luolis decides to unload. JMoney does not leave a single Bane behind him. Okay. Bit of an awkward, not quite unload. Alright, Hive on the way. 2 upgrades on the way. I'm smiling because the other day JMoney sent me a replay. Thank you to Hero Marine for the raid. Hope you have a good evening, Gabe. You know, Gabe, I will be. I don't know if Gabe's listening. But just so you guys know, there is already an event planned later this year. I'm not talking about Home Story Cup or a Big Gabe Cup. Not quite a Starcraft event. I'm gonna come to Big Gabe City, and that makes me excited because that means I'm gonna have beers with Gabe, pizza with Gabe, maybe some Korean barbecue or schnitzels with Gabe. I love going to Cologne. Makes me very happy. Hope Hero Marine stream was good. Well, JMoney, this is not the first time that he's just bleeding out a few too many links in the front. I was gonna say something, but I forgot what I wanted to say, but it doesn't matter. Luolis is gonna stim her Marines forward, get a tiny kill. JMoney seems to be very, very sad on doing something about this 4th base. A lot of money in the bank on the side of Luolis. Maybe a little too much, to be fair, but the 2 upgrades finish up in time. It's gonna be fine. Giga Chat Sport Crawler kept this base safe. Oh yeah, the replay of JMoney. The other day he said, like, Roddy, I've got a turbo banger of a game against Rocker. And he's got a bit of history with Rocker, so I was like, alright. I was really sitting in for it. And it was literally the most standard ZVP that I've ever seen in my life. Just, sure, JMoney had some moments where it looked like he was ahead, but then he just headbutted his entire army into a 3-base Protoss, got stormed. Then Carriers came out and the game was over. He's like, man, I really think I had him. And I was like, yeah, but like the game was... There was nothing about that game screaming turbo banger. And I think in JMoney's mind, this game right here, oh, this is a banger. Because he's flying, you know it. He's injecting, he's hitting those run-bys. The kid is absolutely popping off right now. In his mind, this is the highest level CVT that the world has seen since Dark Beyond BlizzCon 2016. As he kills 16 SCVs. forces Luolis to pull all the workers away for a little bit. Luolis is definitely indeed floating way too much money. Also has not started up the 3-3 upgrades. Like, Luolis was quite far ahead when it comes to firing up 2-2, but we still have not started 3-3. J Money is gonna do his best rogue impression, or it's a misclick, but we are at 189 out of 190, and the man is firing up 11 overlords, baby. And he's gonna morph all of them into overseers. And changelings will be dropped, and the Zerg army will be invisible. Here we go, once more, we're leading the charge with a lot of links. Turns out Luolis still has an army. These links, they don't care about a couple tanks. They don't care about a planetary. The first game of the night. I mean, I'm loving this. J-Money is now completely out of gas. We made 2 Ultras, 3 Vipers. We're firing up Kindness Plating. We've got a lot of active tumors that are not really making any progress yet. I'd love to see J-Money spread some more creep. Yeah, this game could definitely take a while. It's such a shame that Luolis has not fired up 3-3. $60 obviously, guys, for the winner of this best of 5 per usual for a series of the night. The loser will get 15 for playing and all the bragging rights. Liberator is gonna siege up. How was the Cero stream, by the way, guys? I cannot believe that the GOAT just casually gave us a little Cero stream today. Let me guess, he played a whole bunch of games against Max Specs? J Money? J Money! Okay. I mean, yeah. We blinding clouded the turret, we blinding clouded the tank, and then we decided against it. At least the man is absolutely trying to make a couple Vipers. No bullying in the chat, guys. At least the man is trying to make some spellcasters. That's more than most 5.3k barcode Zergs can ever say, that have never gotten further than making roaches, lings, and ravages. Please turn the banelings around. He blows up an orbital. 14 SCVs and an orbital. Lings, banes, and ultras. All over the planetary as well as Luolis is double dropping the bottom right. I mean, oh. Action! Beyond Dark BlizzCon Finals, Alonzi has nothing on this. King Sejong Station, eat your heart out. It's Frostline, baby. It is so Frostline as Luolis is gonna stim forward one more time. Gone down 2 queens, 34 SCVs have gone down. Now there is a nice little reserve in the Finnish bank. I don't know what the Finnish equivalent of the National Reserve is, but I don't know. Our boy J Money. I know it's early over in Oklahoma, but he is sweating, alright. I can feel it. I can feel him blazing up that keyboard. There are sparks igniting right now out of these USB ports. This is the kind of gaming that ENIAC has never brought to Oklahoma. Normally they only see this kind of action in the Oklahoma casinos where all the grannies are clicking the slots really quick during the slot machine tournament, but pro gaming has made it to the Midwest. Uh-oh. No. No, not J Money. Not J Money. No! J Money deserves better than this. Okay. The nuke will land. That's a lot of lava disappearing, but we have moved the spore crawler. J Money found the dot. Another nuke on the production tab. The macro beast just keeps on going as he takes the top left as well. Oh, our boy is flying. Question to chat. A while ago, I think during one of the events, I reached out to one of the guys that helps out with everything Basilisk related. And I said, hey, there is a kid in Oklahoma. He's a really big fan of Sarah and Rain. He loves Zerg. If you can send him a little Basilisk cap and let the boy sign it, he'd be very happy. What do you guys think are the odds right now of J Money wearing the Basilisk cap with the autograph of Rainer and Sarah? Because I think it's quite likely. I think he's dialed in. I think he's in the lab. And I think he's rocking the cap, baby. The MMR is around 5,000. Sometimes a bit higher, sometimes a bit lower. SCVs are kind of stuck. More banelings are connecting. Ultras leading the charge. So, so far 60 SCVs dying in this first game of the night. Meanwhile, Psionic is having a heart attack. He's like, oh my god, Roddy, if this is going to happen 5 times in this best of 5, my lady is going to be very unhappy with me because I'm going to be very late for my romantic dinner. Oh no. Psionic in shambles, guys. Honestly, Psionic, tell your lady that I'll make it up to her. One way or the other, we'll get her some Basilisk presents for the next Valentine's Day. will get it done. Banelings will blow up even more SCVs as an Ultra gets sniped. Yeah, we had a couple double sensor towers. I want to say it's starting to look more and more like J-Money as long as he obviously properly saturates his new bases. We're building a new eBay in the front. That's an... I don't know. I guess we were gonna try to wall off here. I wouldn't hate... Yeah, I wouldn't hate some Niduses. Obviously, Luolis is not that well set up. That he has vision everywhere, sensor towers, missile turrets. A lot of those have been taken out. So I think either some Dropper Lord play with like obviously the Lynx that are very well upgraded, the Dreno +2, or some Nidus play. I think it's a good way to close a game like this out. The big brain breakup, never. We would never want to be responsible for that, Alex. We only spread love on the Friday night. Little bit of banter, but... Another nuke is going to land. Let's go ahead and follow the JMONEYMAGIC camera. Oh, he found the dot. He found the dot. It's a close call. Oh my god, that was close. No, I could hear the sound. I could hear the sound coming down, but the nuke did not go off in the end. The J-Money with a big army in the top left. Can the Banelings turn around? What about a Fungal? I mean, we had some Viper play. I would really love some Fungals, but J-Money continues to pound on the third base. More SCVs will fall. eBay number 3 goes down. Tanks are falling. Overseas in mix. We're gonna abduct that tank. We are so abducting that tank. Oh yes. Viper gameplay has never looked better. We do have a little fight in the top left. Apparently hasn't gone his way. 80 something Lings in production. It's 144 army supply for the Terran. That is a lot. I can honestly say get a couple infestors right now. You can never miss. No, I think right now J-Money's bank is not that big yet that he should get rid of drones. I think it's too early to get rid of drones. You get rid of drones when you have everything. Great Aspire, all the upgrades, 5k, 6k, 7k. Right now it's too early to get rid of drones. The drone count is fine. What he does need to make sure of is that he keeps on injecting, because this fight was not quite it. Luolis takes an absolutely amazing fight in the top left. J-Money is going to try to spend his money immediately. If J-Money loses this base, he's honestly quite broke suddenly. That was a god tier fight on the side of Luolis. J-Money just losing a little too much. The hatchery will fall. Honestly, the economy of our Zerg right now is going to be in shambles for a little bit. This is the only real mineral line that's left. Obviously, the other 3, there's not that much left. 3 more tanks, but how does Luolis still get so much money? I guess there's plenty of minerals left here. We dropped some mules. Floated over the main. Plenty of orbitals have died. Command centers have died. Planetaries have died. A 20-minute game 1. As you can see right now, by the way, Winger, to answer your question, the moment that J-Money loses a fight, he suddenly broke. So it would have been way too early to get rid of workers. You do that a bit later, but you want to gather a proper big bang first. J-Money has definitely done a really good job in taking a lot of fights over here at the triangle. That was just difficult to defend. Luolis is sending out another ghost. I don't think these are the games that Luolis really loves. Doesn't want it all to come down to one sharp timing at minute 8-9. Go ahead and follow the camera a little bit of J-Money as he takes a look at all his bases. He hears the nuke. He hears the nuke, but he doesn't know where it is. For the first time, J-Money has not found the nuke. Oh, 23 drones go down against the drone. J-Money was scrambling all over the shop. We could see him go through his camera hotkeys. But the nuke connects. That's a lot of tanks. Oh my goodness. Okay, all things considered, this is actually becoming a bit of a turbo banger. Lynx and Ultras and Veins are running past the planetary. Luolis is going to get on top of this hatchery in the bottom. The doors are of course wide open here, as this is the original main base, so it's still an orbital. 21 minutes of 5k ZVT action. Can we get in, J-Money? Can we get in? Can we get on top of the Terran production? Oh, the answer is absolutely yes. Lynx and Ultras leading the charge. More depots will die. I kind of feel that this army is never going home. So this is it. Why would J-Money not make a couple of infestors, 1 or 2 fungals, and I think his army is 10 times better. He's got 3 Banelings, by the way, guys. Got 3 Banelings. Luolis is down to 6 SCVs. A lot of the production facilities are burning down and getting taken out, where the rest is just floating in the sky, not doing anything. Drone is going for a little adventure in the top left, and we'll find that an orbital has landed there. This is the army. JMoney, we've got 1600 gas, mate. A few infestors we got here. A few infestors would be got here. Moosey saying this looks super bad for the Terran. Well, it depends on the kind of fight that JMoney takes. Because if JMoney takes a fight like he did before, he could be in trouble. But Luolis is very, very clumped up. Are we gonna go into the Zerg main base? We need to start sieging tanks now. We really need to start sieging tanks immediately. Oh, wait, is JMoney sacrificing the main? JMoney's giving up on the main? That means that he's gonna lose this base as well. As obviously tanks from the high ground can shoot at this hatchery, can shoot at the drone. So JMoney is down to this. This is what it is. Yeah, I know JMoney can't really go up anymore, but he definitely could have jumped on that army a little bit earlier. Luolis can never go down. We can slowly elevate units down. Don't forget, you have tanks in the high ground. You can pick up, you can unload. And it's very hard for JMoney to jump on units that get unloaded here. There will be more links. Ooh, what is this? We're trying to win the game with Banshees? That's gonna be tough. We've got 0 SCVs. We're gonna be supply blocked forever. Like, Luolis can't actually unsupply block herself unless the orbitals land, but the orbitals are floating. So we can't even call down for depots. We don't have enough depots. 33 banelings. I can't believe it. How is it possible? Double Ghost Academy is gonna get taken out as well. We are rebuilding the spawning pool. It is one base against no base, but a bunch of floating buildings. Oh no, that's a big mistake. Every single marine counts at this point, because units that get picked off will most likely never be rebuilt. The Overlord farm in the top right.
Base is under attack.
Luolis is now gonna just slowly get... it's a big loss on those marines, guys. Those marines were very, very important. The Vipers, can we get a couple of big blinding clouds? Where are those Vipers? Do we need them? Oh, they are there. They were hidden in all the Overseers. Blinding clouds for days. Banelings will find connections. And with the ghosts dying, the Ultras, this should truly be invincible here. I think after 24 minutes, it has to be JMoney at this point. As Luolis has picked up all the units, could try to maybe eliminate JMoney, but that's going to be very difficult. One extractor, one spawning pool, 2 hatcheries. This extractor is still alive too, that's very painful. And that is it. I think after 25 minutes, it is JMoney, and you know that the man is fist pumping over there in Oklahoma. He takes the 1-0 lead. Actually a very fun game. Gotta give it to our favorite American rapper, I wanted to say, but yapper. I mean, I don't know, maybe he raps too. Thanks to 1-0 lead. Game 2 will be played on NA. Close one. That was a fun game. Was honestly a fun game. In the beginning, I'm sure that it was a banger in his mind. I don't think it really was yet, but it actually turned into a bit of a spectacle. Am I in the right channel? I am not. I think they have mostly vetoed the new maps. The most JMoneyMagic comment ever happened during the veto process. I think you'd like this one, Bully, because it's just so JMoney. Veto start. Like, alright, he vetoes a map, then Luolis gets to veto a map. Luolis says, minus Talisman. JMoney immediately hits with the, I practiced this map for 8.5 hours. Oh, damn it. And I knew you were going to veto it. But it's a good Terran map, so I had to do it. It's like, of course, mate. Of course, casual. 8.5 hours on Talisman. I mean, maybe it's true, but I don't know. That'd be a lot of hours. That would be a lot of hours on one map. I like to think that there is not a player on the planet that has specifically practiced Talisman for 8.5 hours. I really did he, Mark? Oh my god. Hey, Mark, we just went over some stats. I don't know if you guys can all open this. Let me take a look. I think I can open link. By the looks of it, Mark, you are literally the best performing player in the history of the Big Brain Bouts. The stats are not 100% accurate, but they are mostly accurate. And our man, Thermal, played 4 times and he's 4-0. Like an absolute beast. Cero was 5-0 but lost to Max. No one else has won that many times without ever losing. I think that means we need to get a little more Thermal. We need to start a new storyline. Who can take down Thermal? I mean, the thing is though, Zigga, Talisman is not on the ladder. So if you want to practice Talisman in particular, you have to do custom games. And playing 8.5 hours of custom games on Talisman, honestly, I won't put it past him, but it would surprise me a little. Yeah, you're 3-0, Boanan. That's actually very good too. Alright guys, Boanan against Thermal next week. Chat, everybody in agreement? Boanan, thumbs up. Thermal, thumbs up. We've got it. Someone's O has got to go, as they say in American sports. Vetvarto says, thank you mate for the 2 months. Here we go, round 2.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom left side of Hellscape, we are looking at the main base of the American Zerg, taking the 1-0 lead with a win on the European server. 80 drones, 7 queens and 7 Zerglings. A man of extremes is JMONEYMAGIC. I like how for the longest time he would just all in. And then if he plays macro, well, he never looks back. He most certainly is macroing. He puts on the blinders and prints drones for 7 minutes and hope that the game is still going on. Top right side of Hellscape. I love this map, by the way. Big shout out to Patches. I really think it's a masterpiece. I have seen nothing but great games on this map. This is the Finnish Terran, Luolis. I think the 3rd or the 4th time for her in the Big Brain Bouts. Fix the hero capitalization. Wing and Sabadas is listed as 4 wins and 2 losses, but he says he's actually 2-4. So he says, alright, it's nice that it looks like I have a good record, but I don't have a good record. He switches around. Boanan almost giving Sarah a run for his money earlier. Did Boanan play Yona during the Yona stream? Did I miss anything really funny on the stream? I couldn't get to watch, guys. I was obviously first casting the Korean tournament. Then I hosted Yona. Then my dad stopped by. And then we hung out birdhouses. And by the time that my dad was gone, I played 2 games of Deadlock. And then I started this stream. You missed an in. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that one. The Zergs. You think that they're no longer around because you don't really get to see them a whole lot, but wait until our Lord and Savior Yona streams a couple game piece. Woo! What is the opening here for Luolis? We've got 2 Marines into a couple of Hellions with Reactor. I honestly do think that the defense against the Hellions last game, for how greedy he was up to that point, JMoney, and with how, I would say, out of position at first he was, and obviously having a bad moment with the Lynx being AFK, that means that the Lynx clump up and they run to the Hellions. Hellions got good shots off. Only losing 9 drones there is really not that bad. I can think of a certain Polish Zerg that we saw a little while ago in the opening match of the Big Brain Bouts. And it wasn't 9. It was a whole lot more. It happens to the best of us, to be fair. Thank you to Parmigiano. I'm talking about Trifax, Spy. Trifax lost a lot of drones. It's not always about you, man. Actually, it was about you. It was about you against Zombie Grub in particular. Those CG Hellions hit different. It's not your fault. Tell me more about that match. It's alright, mate. So we have a medevac on the way. J-Money will never shy away from making a few units on moments where in his mind he can justify making a lot of units and do something with them on the other side of the map. A lot of it honestly comes down to some RNG and hopium and copium, but hey, if it works, it works. So far, J-Money is just focused on the defense. What does he scout with the Overlord? He sees reactor, and an add-on being built. Where is that medevac? It was hiding in the natural. JMoney drops a baneling nest. I think Trifex is kind of inactive. It's always a chance that I don't even see him playing like some of the Polish tournaments whenever they have a Polish LAN. The Polish Zergs are slowly leaving us. First Paranoid, then Nerdchill, now Trifex. As long as Miko stays with us forever. Oh. This is a Luolis build, Marine drop with Hellions into Cloak Banshee. I love it. Let's see how JMoney is going to defend. So far, JMoney a little bit out of position, kind of ignoring the medevac at first, but there are plenty of Zerglings. Now all the Lings are on top of the Marines. What can these Hellions do? JMoney is going to try to keep the drones safe with just a bunch of Queens. Honestly, if the Hellions would have gone for the natural, I think you get some really good shots. Well, 5. 17. 17 drones in the production tab for JMoneyMagic. You know, a long time ago, guys, when I just got familiar with StarCraft 2 and I started learning the races, that kind of stuff would piss me off so much. I was like, why can't this race produce 17 workers at once when I can only produce like 1, 2, or 3 at once? Then it took a little while, in my case it took a long time, to understand that if they're building 17 drones at once, that's actually good for me. Because that means something did not go right. It still pisses me off. Yeah, okay. There are moments where it could. Banshee with Cloak shows up and there is no Overseer inside. There is not a single Overseer on the map. Oh, JMoney. Building the sport is going to take a little while. Does hit us with a 6 transfuse and another one. DJ call it. Little Marine drop, the double transfuse. Okay, and the Banshee in the end did die against the Sport Crawler and the Queen at the 3rd. JMoney is still up 13 workers. Lost 13, still up 13. 6 more drones on the way, double evolution chamber. I wonder if Luolis took a little look at the worker graph after that previous game. It's something that a lot of pro gamers, semi-pro gamers like to do. And if I would see that drone graph just jump up by like 15 or 20 every 5 seconds. You know, it's sharp timing. I would honestly think even a regular 2-1-1 would do very good against JMoney. But maybe then he's just stuck building a million units of a low drone count. Luolis throws down a scan. Banshee's gonna get a couple shots up. JMoney is gonna move the Queens forward. There's no Overseer here, JMoney. The Overseer is now coming as we're trying to renew the creep tumors immediately. The Overseer is not doing the best job. I gotta say, I've seen better Overseers. That's not gonna stop our Yapper from Oklahoma as he moves the Queens forward one more time. And he will keep on dropping those creep tumors. Luolis moving out. 69 army supply. Single eBay. Is that correct? Yep. Okay, 6 Rex. Single eBay. I mean, that is most certainly something. Not 5, not 8, but 6. Oh, JMoney though with a Zergling run by like live in his prime. Shows up right when Terrans don't want those Lings to show up. Can the Banelings also find a connection? That is not the case. But they are working on SCVs. They are working on depots. And that means that this move out from Luolis is now incredibly committed. It was already to some degree, as the SCV count wasn't Omega high. 6 Rexes, 2 bases, it's all a bit weird. But obviously on this level, sometimes you can transition. Now it's not no longer just like, oh, let's see what we can get on. No. Luolis needs to take an absolutely amazing fight. So far the Marine Micro here is looking very good. The Lynx have done a tremendous amount of damage. JMoney maybe just buying some time for those 1-1 upgrades to finish up. Even willing to sacrifice the hatchery on the left side. It's not quite needed yet, but I do, all memes aside, I think that's a very mature decision. Knowing that your opponent is on 2 bases, knowing you've done a lot of economic damage, there is no need to take a really bad fight on the edge of creep or off creep to defend one of your 4 if not 5 bases. I like the call. Even if he could have mined from it a little bit longer, I do really like the call. Now the 1-1 upgrades are done as well. JMoney. Honestly, this may be his finest performance so far in the Big Brain Bouts. Which could say more about the other ones, but it's definitely, I think, the finest performance that JMoney has given us. In the past, it was a lot of noise, a lot of yapping, but he couldn't always bring his A game. I told him that if he wants to do well here, he's going to have to bring his absolute A game, if not his S game. And so far it's looking great. Banelings in overwhelming numbers. They find juicy connections. The tanks die, the marines die, the marauders die. And Oklahoma's finest up to... up to... Mark. Yeah, it's a different animal, this JMoney. Oh, he is going to be ecstatic if he can bring this home. Now, game 3 will be played on Europe once more. But I do gotta, honestly, he's playing pretty damn good. Like, yeah, a lot of people like to give him crap and like to tease him a little, but all things considered, he's actually playing quite good. Couple of little mistakes here and there. The timing's tiny bit off. Obviously, a few too many drones at once. Maybe a bit silly on the creep. Creep spread could still be a tiny bit better. But the important things, he's doing really well. He's making good calls in realizing when to fight, when to disengage. The run by was fantastic. Well done. Legitimately well done. I'm not even knocking it. Kind of proud of him. It almost feels like my kid grew up. But he's not there yet. And game 3 will be played on the European server. So that is going to favor Luolis a little bit again. Nice to see a good Zerg. Yeah. These are tough to find over in Europe. The Zerg's at the level of JMoney. I know, Loof. Hello, Loof. Thank you for the 46 months. Yeah. If there is one thing that our good friend JMoney does not shy away from, it's a good old name drop. As they like to say in America. JMoney will never shy away from a little bit of name dropping. I played this guy, that guy's coaching me, this dude saw my ladder. I think my favorite JMoney moment is still when it was either Gumio or Beyond. I don't know what it was, but somebody said that they got them in round 1 in an online cup. And JMoney's like, oh man, I hate playing Gumio. I was like, bro. I am certain we can find another 484 Terrans that you would also absolutely hate to play. This is not exactly an ongoing rivalry between you and Gumio. I'm quite certain if we'd ask Gumi about JMoney, he wouldn't be very familiar with him. But JMoney creates his own rivalries, lives a little bit in his own world, but as I said many times, I do really appreciate his spirit, his activity, his passion. And that's why we like to invite him. And so far tonight, legitimately very, very good. And maybe that Lambo coaching. I mean, Lambo has already created a world champ. Perhaps, Lambo, this is your StarCraft 2 equivalent of Project Mbappe, as the kids call it on TikTok. Lambo has found JMoneyMagic, an eager Zerg from Oklahoma. And he is going to take him from low master straight to an EWC. Might take a couple years, but the project is ongoing.
Round 3. Fight!
In the Pigosauricov, I got Beyond and J-Monkey. He said that I wanted to play him. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that you want to play somebody, right? But making it seem like there's a really tough rivalry with one of the guys that's 1500 MMR above you is pushing it a little. But it's all good. In the bottom right side, we're looking at the main base of our Finnish Terran. Has applied quite a few weeks in a row to play in the Big Brain Bouts. This is her chance to shine. Know that she's not a fan of TVZ, but I do think that the game so far have let some potential to have fun. Recently had a little debate, and Luolis was quite vocal about the fact that she actually prefers Wings of Liberty over Legacy to Void, yada yada. It's a long story short. TLDR, it's the Finnish Terran Luolis. We already said it, but it's okay. Down 0-2 against this man, Oklahoma's finest. Is he gonna do what ENIAC was not able to do in 2 editions of the Big Brain Bouts? And that is get a W for Oklahoma. This is JMoneyMagic. Narrated JMoney VOD from his map win over Beyond that he slid to Mars Bar. What I loved, when was it? There was a tournament where Mars Bar had to play against Gumio, I think. What was that? There was an open bracket. Was that in Dallas or something? Was it Dallas or Atlanta? But in one of the open bracket tournaments, I think Mars Bar had to play against Gumio. Dallas, yeah, that JMoney slid in his DMs. He's like, gotta build, mate, trust me. And Mars Bar looks at me and is like, I don't know what he thinks is gonna happen. Like, I'm not gonna take a look at his build and beat Gumio, but I just love that. I really love that in JMoney's build. Like, he's got a build that Mars Bar is just gonna look at and execute and is gonna bob Gumio with one of the best Terran players in history. Mars Bar was just smiling. He's like, well, I'll do my best. Then I saw Mars Bar later. I was like, and he's like, yeah, it didn't go my way. Tough. Tough. Reaper this time for Luolis. Last game obviously it was double Marine into a couple Hellions into a Banshee. We've got 3 more best of 5s after this one, guys. The second one is a ZVZ between Luolis. That's not what we are hoping for. And this is Europe, by the way, guys. So this is not a ping issue. This game is played on the European server. That worked out very well on Frostline, sniping the first 2, but that's how the series started. Unfortunately, does not go well for Luolis here in Game 3. That's a pretty big loss. You really don't want to lose your Reaper that quickly. Is it truly a clean sweep night? Has the 8.5 hours on Talisman alone paid off for JMoney? It's a shame that I deleted the Deadlock VOD from yesterday, because at one point, even though I'm streaming, he just hops into the channel. And he just casually starts talking about his practice while I'm playing some late night games with Villa. He just goes over, he's like, it's ST or J Money coming. He's like, I have never played this much in my life. He's like, honestly, he's like, I'm playing so much, I'm playing everybody, I've been hitting up everyone. And I'm like, that's really cool, mate, but I've got a haze that's shooting at me right now, so I kind of need to focus a little bit because I'm getting bopped over here. And he's like, oh, but the game just started, right? And he goes on about his ZVT practice, and I was like, yeah, but first 3 minutes kind of important, J-Money. I really, I need to focus now, mate. Yeah. He was fired up. And that kind of passion, that kind of excitement, I do really find contagious. And it just makes me happy. Luolis is gonna go for a 2-1-1 here, trying to make her crew of the All Things Protoss folks out there happy. I like a 2-1-1 because I do think that JMoney is a bit of like a man of extremes. We also have a Roach one this time, by the way. So what I have known, I've played a couple of games against JMoney as well, and then sometimes I like just talk to him while we play. Like, he reads so much into little things. Like, as you guys know, I'm a bit of a baboon. I just do things, I just build stuff, and I do my thing. And there's really like zero thought behind anything where I place anything. And then J-Money's like, oh yeah, you took this and this and this, and this means that you can only do X or Y. And I'm like, no. Like, he just jumped to like 17 conclusions, and none of them were, in my mind, accurate. So maybe he scouted something in this game that gives him the... Maybe he's worried about Hellbats or something, right? Maybe in his mind this has to be some sort of a Hellbat opening. I don't know what it is, but... Now we are stuck with a couple of slow roaches that don't have upgrades, and the numbers are really not there. I'm afraid for J-Money here, man. This is not a good fight. I'm afraid that this is a bit of a misread. I don't think you need to pick up here, Luolis. I like, obviously, maintaining a high Marine count, but that is a winnable fight. That is an absolutely winnable fight. 2 slow roaches, no upgrades, a couple queens. Okay, we're gonna heal up the units. We're gonna stim in one more time. This time Luolis is gonna snipe a couple drones. 5 workers fall immediately. It's still really good. Don't get me wrong that it's really good for Luolis, but I think he could have done even more. Yeah, I totally agree, Bully. I definitely think... And it's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still fine. I don't understand. If J-Money is now building... Okay, he's just gonna... This is probably some sort of a dark build that he's a very big fan of. I feel like if this is the style that he wants to go for, he doesn't really need to open up with linked speed, no? I think there are more efficient ways to getting to where he currently is without opening up with linked speed. Couple of the Hellions are now going to morph into Hellbats. Honestly, Luolis could stim in here and absolutely F up some Roaches and Ravages. I really believe in the power of the Marines here. A couple Hellbats to soak up some shots. We are gonna click the Terran units forward. I love that play. If your army is better as the Terran, you want to get right on top of these Roaches and Ravages. I feel like it's looking quite good, even though J-Money is getting some extra units out. But killing these final 10-12 Marines could become difficult. It is a hold. And this is a hold without any upgrades. I feel like this Liberator has a serious potential. I hope that J Money sees it quickly, but... Alright, he sees it. Okay. Firing, that's good. Will Luolis move the lip to be a good play? Because it's going to be so tough for J Money to deal with all these Marines and then also deal with a Liberator that is repositioned. That's a lot of drones dying. Luolis are multitasking. Absolutely showing here. Liberator is having a field day. Luolis, the Finnish Terran, will say Roddy doesn't like trios. It's not going to be a trio. Even though we're not there yet, but this is looking mega for Luolis. Mega. Hello, Balmus. There is indeed. I mean, there is a command center. I mean, Luolis seems to kind of dance between the lines a little bit of like being committed and still having a backup plan. But obviously, this game is looking really, really good. J Money is a 3-base Zerg with 1/1 roaches, ravages. Does have link speed, but no bailing nest. I don't really know what the game plan was for J Money here. I don't know what he scouted that made him jump to certain conclusions, but I did tell him the last time that I tried to help him forward a little bit. It's like, don't be 100% certain of everything that you think is happening. Keep on checking, because a lot of the conclusions that he jumped to, they were just not accurate, and that can obviously really hurt you if you feel like you're so certain something is coming and you're gonna try to blind counter that to an extreme, but then it's something else and you're like, oh, well, I wasn't ready for that. It's just a silly way to lose games. Luolis could steam here and get a cancel, perhaps even a kill on the hatchery. It is a kill. I felt it coming because I figured J Money was going to take some risk trying to keep this hatchery alive because he knows that he's obviously in trouble this game. Our Finnish Terran is just getting further and further ahead here in game 3. It is a really fun game between these two. A fun series. I'm happy I made it, guys. This was a match that just kind of fell on my plate, and I was like, you know what, if they're both so eager, let's see if we can make them dance with each other. And it's just a good matchup. Love to see a little more activity right now from the main army. Luolis does not need to respect J Money that much. Obviously, if you're down 0-2, you're afraid of something maybe going terribly wrong. Perhaps some of the run-bys in the previous games are causing a little bit of trauma, but Luolis is in a really good spot. And I know that she has more than enough experience to understand that she's in a really good spot. With the Liberator being successful, the initial Marines being successful, the follow-up being successful. This is where we can quote the wise Tillerman from Scotland. As the Terran army is better than your army. Shout out to whoever snoozed those ads, by the way. I'm gonna go with Eon Blue, Pie, or Shitem. Pie. Oh, I love Pie. Pie, you don't deserve any pain. Hellions do not deserve to hunt you. This is quite the fight by J Money. I understand believing in some roaches and ravages, but in no universe can you take that fight. If it is trying to keep the Terran at home, trying to scare the Terran a little bit, it's obviously all good, but actually committing to that fight would be a terrible decision. Thank you to Erd Beer Gnome for the 55 months. One of the medevacs does get sniped in the top side. The game has slowed down a little. Clearly Luolis does not want to throw away the lead that she has created for herself. That is fine, J Money. He's a lair attack, no? Yeah. Still lair attack. I think J Money came to the exact same conclusion as me, and that is that with lair attack, we ain't winning this. Unless we show up with like 75 bailings with speed. Yeah, it's 11 minutes in, it's gonna be tough. Can I time out Winged and Alex? That depends on how Tuesday night goes by. We might have to time out Alex a little bit on Tuesday though. Tonight he's totally fine. No, I would always love Alex. Yeah, part 2 Winged of my team against Alex's team. But no, I'm always just bantering. Some of my friends even support Ajax, guys. I'm not that obsessed. But obviously it's fun to tease them if it goes bad with Ajax. Double drop into the main base of JMoney. Sport Crawler will get picked up. Would love to see, well, I mean, I said this a couple minutes ago, guys, and I kind of stand by it. I really think Luolis could have done a little bit more with a very strong army for this phase in the game than C did. No matter how many great things you did in the first 7-8 minutes, if you don't do anything with the lead that you have created, like the when ahead, get further ahead thing. Oh my god, another snipe. JMoney! JMoney turned into life in his prime for 2 games, but he's definitely back to being JMoney in game 3. Because we have made a couple of big boo-boos here. But yeah, like the when ahead, get further ahead thing, I don't always agree with. Especially not if you've got a monster's army, if you can clearly leave some units at home, you've got a good read on the situation, you really want to press your advantage a little. Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm not worried for Luolis. But the longer we wait, like now there is Baneling speed. Now there are 22 Banelings. With 22 Banelings, JMoney can win a fight. With a couple of Roaches and Ravages, he could not win a fight, you know? That's just kind of what I mean. When very far ahead, go in, or at least lean on your opponent a little bit. Build on that advantage, because you're not really getting further ahead by not doing anything. Like, sure, maybe you get a little bit ahead economically, or you get slightly quicker 3-3 upgrades, but I don't think that is what Day 9 had in mind when he said when ahead, get further ahead. It was more like, show some activity, right, with units, trade out a little, get favorable trades. We are going to have to run some ads after this game though, guys, if Luolis wins. Otherwise we're going to use up all of our pauses in the very first series of the night. Hello, F North. That is most certainly a Roach run by. Now Hive is done, and Hive Tech Zerg will just always be so much scarier than Lair Tech Zerg. That's just the way it is. Thank you, amazing Pat. Welcome. Luolis is gonna get on top of another hatchery. That is the 3rd hatchery that has died in this game. The other 2 obviously were just in production. This one was finished, but it doesn't really change anything. A little bit of supply stuck behind the main. JMoney is thinking of going for a counter, but nothing to be gained here. Absolutely nothing. It's not even really worth looking at. But a couple Banelings, maybe a sensor tower dies, but that is it. What can these links do? Perhaps a little more. The unit's lost resource tab does not lie. I don't think it's open yet, Joni. I still think it looks very good for Luolis, but it is very, like 3-3 finishing up. Come on, Luolis. This is it. Like, you really want to start seriously attacking at this point. You don't want to fight Vipers and Ultras and Lynx with Adrenal. 3-3 is done. Luolis is doing a very good job, at least in kind of choking JMoney down to 4 bases. JMoney's units are a little bit stuck. This time he does cancel very quickly. Roaches and drones will get sniped. Banelings get sniped. Look at this Terran army, guys. It is such a powerful army. An empty medevac is just nothing more than a distraction maneuver. Shout out to Sternberger. Almost 2 years of love. We'll take it. JMoney with good link movement gets on top of 4-5 tanks. That's quite serious. I still believe in the power of this bio army, but Luolis really needs to go. You don't want to respect the Zerg too much. Don't really want to have to fight Ultras. Come on, Luolis. If you fight right now, you're going to get a dream fight. Believe in the power of bio. And little SCV leading the charge. I love it. That's Fuser right there. Fuser giving some motivation to Luolis. Lings are melting. Roaches are melting. There are some Banelings finishing up. Just leave the Marauders to tank. Move the Marines back. Nice split. Nice target fire. Luolis is going to get one on the board. I hope. If the Banelings don't find really big connections, they kind of do. They kind of do. And the Ultras are about to come out. There are 9 freaking Ultras on the way. There's no kindness spreading yet, so one Ultra dies immediately. Oh, it's done actually. I'm surprised how quickly killed the hatch. Oh, Luolis does not get the hatch, and now Ultras are out. Means this game will continue. I don't really I mean, this game, I don't know if Infestus would have done that much for us, but it never hurt. First game, I definitely think needed some investors. This is one hell of an attack by JMoney. I know ultras are pretty cool, guys, but I don't know if we can just send 5 ultras by themselves in an 18-minute game to the other side of the map. Couple links running on top of a planetary is also not gonna get the results that he is wishing for. I've enjoyed this series, but this game is actually like almost frustrating to watch, where I'm like, come on Luolis, win! Just win! JMoney's gonna help Luolis in just winning by attacking with 7 ultras into a planetary, and JMoney officially had enough. Luolis gets 1 on the board. As we go back to America for Game 4, and if Game 4 goes Luolis her way, then we're gonna flip a coin for the server advantage Game 5. Nah, that's not BM, guys. Just a little misclick. There's no way that JMoney is gonna BM with everybody watching. He would not do that. Let me go ahead and run the ads quickly. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's just a long series. Once an hour, we have to run the ads. It's been an entertaining best of 5 so far, though. Shout out to Pi for making sure that these ads did not run in the middle of the games. And let's hop over to NA for Game 4. Friday night video gaming. This is definitely a series that I'll remember for a while. It's a series that I think we'll be talking about for a while. And that means that we are entertained. Maybe that's just the JMoney factor. I know that in his mind he is him, but maybe he is him for me as well. All that yapping, perhaps it really got to me, and I'm just invested. I care. It's fun to follow. I don't know how he did it, but he got me. I'm on board. Game 4 will be played on ley lines. JMoneyMagic says that he is ready. Thank you to Ill Phil for the 39 months. Toot, toot. Hello, Tavo. Isn't Tavo our Peruvian Terran? One of our South American gamers. Wonder if Luolis has something special planned for Game 4. Obviously on NA.
Round 4. Fight!
Here we go. Oklahoma's finest on match point, 1 map away from $60. But I almost think more importantly for him, an incredibly satisfying win. One that he can be very ecstatic over and hyped over, as he's been pumping himself up for like 2 weeks for this one. This is JMoneyMagic. Bottom left side, very strong game 3. We probably could have ended it a little bit quicker, but the opening was good, the follow-ups were good. Macro was solid per usual. This is Luolis from Finland. It's an entertaining best of 5. Obviously 1 successful Reaper, 1 not so successful Reaper last game, but hey, when we did great with the Reaper and sniped the tumor, we lost the game. When we lost the Reaper immediately, we won the game, so I guess Luolis knows what the game plan is. I was kind of wondering if we're gonna see like one very crazy build, because I know Luolis likes to be strategic and likes to think outside of the box. There's not many very fun things you can do in this matchup, maybe other than proxy 2x, 3x, 4x, but maybe even something like 2 starport BC. Some of those battle cruises that Hero Marine showed us last week against Rainer. But nothing among those lines yet. Big Paga as well with the 26 months. We're off to a solid Friday, guys. It was Twitch payday. Woo! I love those Twitch paydays. It's always a celebration. Twitch, by the way, really treating us with a payday on Valentine's Day. Didn't get any roses or chocolates from them, but we'll take that one. Rob Sky with the 93 months tier 3 saying Friday night video gaming and Roddy's energy level hasn't dropped 1 bit in 93 months. You're a machine. I did feel a tiny bit burned out at the end of January, to be fair. First week of February, I feel like we had a couple streams where I just sat here like a sack of potatoes and didn't have a lot of useful things to say, but It's normal. I think sometimes you just need to charge up the battery a little bit. You can't be sitting here all day, every day, 8 hours a day, yapping and always be over the top. But this is just a fun series. I like the story. I like the players. So. And it's Friday. Then I'm in a good mood. And Feyenoord beat Milan this week. That also puts me in a really good mood. We lose on Tuesday by more than 1. Maybe the smile is going to disappear a little bit and we'll be a little more quiet next Friday. Who knows? I haven't seen any lurkers yet at all in this series. I assume that JMoney likes the lurkers against Protoss, and I've seen it in some of his replays, and I've seen him try to do it against me or others, but maybe he's not a believer in the lurker in the matchup. But obviously it really comes down to, at this level, it's just so important that you do what you feel brings out the best version of you. And it's similar to why Roddy always plays Phoenix. It's like, well, I can try to play like everybody else, but I'm going to be a lot worse. So at least I like to be the best version of myself and play with units that I enjoy and that I feel comfortable with. And if JMoney is not feeling good with lurkers at all in this matchup, it makes sense that he's not using them, even if they're clearly good. Same thing happened to Demo Vonderu. That's why he's controlling pirate ships right now in Age of Empires 4. Some people think that it's the overwhelming amount of Protoss players on the ladder that killed Benny's passion. But honestly, it was the lurkers. The lurkers in a concave on top of a ramp. Ben with pure Marine Marauders steaming up. And then having to consult with Alice. Alice, did you see that? It's just like, I threw down a scan and I only killed 2 out of the 11. I just don't think it's right. I've been building Marines since 2010, honey. And they always brought victory. Why is it no longer working, babe? I don't know, Benjamin. Maybe you should try the elephant game. And here we are. Man has been successful ever since. It's one of the finer tales that the Swedish forest has to offer. I saw a fusion core, by the way. Did it finish up? Yes, it did finish up. Fusion core. Well, I mentioned BCs in the beginning of the game. It's not quite double starport BC. Single starport though. Could still be something. See, how many links do we have? 18 links this time. Luolis throws down a scan. It's going to pick off 2 of the creep tumors on the side of JMoney. How is JMoney scouting? JMoney does see a refinery up and running in the natural. In JMoney's world, this could mean so many things that I can't even go down the list. 5,000 Merrick's, 5,149. Luolis has been as high as like 5,400, I think, on the ladder in the past. But, well, maybe lost a little bit of motivation, played a bit less. Perhaps Protoss got too strong, and obviously, if you don't play Protoss and Protoss gets stronger, your MMR is going to drop. Or if you suck in PvP, your MMR is going to drop. Because 84% of your games on the ladder will be against Protoss.
Game paused.
Luolis hitting us with a tiny pause. 6 minutes into the game. As we wait. There's no Spire, there's no Hydra then. So there is obviously some potential in BCs. We can, but it's only a single BC. Did it already jump? No. Let's go ahead and follow JMoney's camera for a little bit, guys. First person, we don't quite see the real original first person. Here is the tactical jump. A battle cruiser. Okay, the Hellions are going to drive into the natural, into the third as well. See how good the defense is. Pretty good Link Bane defense. Very good even. Well, okay, the Banings were not used. Oh, the BC is going to die. A Giga Chat Spore and 7 Queens will kill the BC. That was not it for Luolis as JMoney keeps the door closed in the natural. That was a big loss, guys. That is a big loss. Couple Hellions going down. Only 5 drones. Never, ever enough. Got a good chuckle out of me, Mark. I do sometimes think of the messages you used to send me on Battle.net. I don't know if you ever think back of that, but I'm like standing there, I'm running a show. I have to smile at the Blizzard people and be professional, and I've got Mark in my DMs. The goede oude tijd. Those were the glory days. You don't remember this? I don't want to air your... It's not that dirty laundry, but... It's where during the WCS Challenger days, when I stood in the studio in Burbank, and I was covering Challenger, and you had to play a couple games against Sarah back then. And you were not very happy with the state of TVZ, let me put it like that. There were no breaks, so I was just standing there, and I was like talking to you on Battle.net. And then all the Blizzard people are looking at me, and I actually got feedback on it as well. They're like, could you do like a little more focus on the segment and less on the computer? And they didn't know that I was saving their show over there. No, you knew it was me. You knew it was me. Because we were talking in Dutch. Yeah, it's okay. I'll DM you later the details. I'm sure you'll remember and you'll laugh about it. We have more Hellions and Cyclones as the second BC is out. Third BC is on the way. It would have been funny though if it was a random observer. That would actually make the story so much better. J-Money is gonna fire up 18 drones from 70 all the way up to 88. I know Luolis recently played, I think in the semi-final of a Finnish Cup against Zhuge. Zhuge obviously is better than J-Money, so the fact that that was 3-0 for Zhuge doesn't really say a whole lot. That's a pretty early jump to be fair, but I guess the Corruptors were out. Oh wait, don't tell me we jumped here. We did jump here. I don't like that jump. I really don't like that jump, because now we can't jump it home anymore. Perhaps we oh my goodness, the blue flame shots are very big, but in the end the Banelings will save the day. Nice grenade. Somehow no drones died there. That's honestly kind of insane. A lot of Lings got roasted. No drones died. Little transfuse on the Corruptor. For a man from Oklahoma, J-Money's healthcare is quite spot on. I've seen him transfusing drones. I see him transfuse a single Corruptor. And the Lord knows how many he made. Actually, he only made 9. It's not that bad. I expected a little more Ivan Drago spirit. Straight out of the Rocky movie from J-Money. Looking at his Corruptor battling a BC. If he dies, he dies. But not our J-Money. Our J-Money believes in a cheeky transfuse. Planetary Fortress is done. Oh, I don't know about this, J-Money. I don't know about this. That's a lot of repair. Luolis with the save. What a save. 13 kills on the Planetary. The Aliens getting a couple of really big shots off. And that could very well be a game-turning moment. The BC so far haven't quite done it. The Aliens haven't done it. That was a crazy amount of Lings and Banes used on a Planetary. What is up with this tank? Why is this tank here? We just forgot about it, I guess? Yeah, okay. It looked a little bit like it had some sort of a bug, but it's totally fine. There is Hive Tech on the side of J-Money, and J-Money did make those 18 drones a while ago, so he went from 70 all the way up to like 88. Emotional support. Now we got an emotional support Thor. The SCVs were still not happy with the tank. They're like, we need more. I was like, all right, we take the tank away, brought it back to the store, gave you a Thor instead. That's funny. Caustic Spray. I don't think J-Money is going to get this one either. Someone has to tell J-Money that repair is really good. J-Money, repair is really good. We are battling, getting us around a couple of Hellions. That's great. A couple Lings and Roaches won't do a lot. J-Money, repair is really good. J-Money doesn't give a F. The man does not believe in repair. This is where you play that meme team music. We didn't get it, guys. For the second time in this game, J-Money does not get the base that he really wanted to take down. But J-Money's economy is still pretty good. Against max 7 missile turrets, but wow, Luolis has 94 SCVs. Honestly, that may be a few too many. Especially if you're playing mech right, because we have to... You need a tough time. Or you're gonna have a tough time leaving a couple of units here, there, everywhere. You kinda need to leave a few tanks behind if you play mech, otherwise you're just too vulnerable. I'm a tiny bit worried. No, the Corruptors do a lot of damage. I mean, we don't have damage counters. Something that I love about Deadlock is how incredibly specific the game is when it comes to damage dealt, damage taken, how you dealt your damage, etc. Starcraft misses some of these numbers, but it would have been very fun to see for how much HP this orbital just got repaired. Because the Corruptors did do a crazy amount of damage. It's just that the SCVs did a crazy amount of repairing. Stats are fun. I love stats. Couple of SCVs in the middle of the map. It honestly is a good thing for Luolis to get rid of a few of the workers. You know, Luolis seems to be on the same page. We are going to rally the SCVs to the other side of the map. Single BC working on the hedge in the bottom right side. Corruptors are on their way. Does it have tactical jump? Yes, it does. Last week we saw Gabe hitting a few of those tactical jumps a little bit too late. It almost feels that Luolis likes to jump a little bit too early. This is why we need Nathanias, guys. Nate jumps those BCs at the exact right time. Never too late, never too early. Honestly. Shout out to the man from Pennsylvania. He knew when to jump. 5 orbitals and a planetary. That is what we are currently working on. Depends. I think it depends. I kind of believe there is a world where JMoney will take a good fight. Because the problem with mech, once more, is that you can't really have 115 supply of mech participate in a fight. If you do that, you're just going to get base traded. So if JMoney can just fight like a small portion, it's okay. Oh, the Vipers. Our Vipers from Frostline are back. Those first blinding clouds, they were something. Hey, the Niduses. We were wondering about Nidus in the very first game. Feel like mech without Ghost is bad. Oh. I mean, Ghost obviously expensive, but we could eventually get some Ghosts. A nice Yamato here on one of the Vipers. So instead of 4 Vipers to worry about, we have to worry about 3. The screen is living out something. We're going to drop a couple blinding clouds on the tanks and cores, but there are tanks on the high ground. Is this J-Money once more throwing away 85 supply, trying to kill a planetary? Is this once more J-Money? Oh my goodness, mate. You already know that in J-Money's world, he's like, I'm getting so unlucky this game. I got so close to killing the 4th, the center base, the natural. It's like, well... I mean, yes and no. Sure, there were some close calls in there, but... Ay. Huh. 2 more factories going down on the side of Luolis, who has 5.5k minerals in the bank, 2.2k gas. What's happening over here? Oh, J-Money is hitting us with the Serral Nidus. So, a little escape path for drones in the bottom right side that can then go to the top left. I love this. Like, mommy, I want to play like Serral. And it's like, no, we already have Serral at home. And it's J-Money. He's going to escape his drones through the Nidus and he's going to let them pop out in the top left. It's great. I love it. Oh, yes, oh, yes. I love it. That's so good. Oh my god, I cannot emphasize on how good this is. We lost 6 drones, then we had 300 supply to deal with 5 Hellions. But we still snuck the drones inside of the Nidus. Unfortunately, we don't have an escape path for them yet. So they're still in there. Oh my god, this actually is like... This is my favorite moment. This is actually my favorite moment. But now we forgot about the drones. The drones are still in the Nidus. They're stuck. Oh my god, this is too good. I love it. It's so good. If anybody suffers from severe sadness, I generally recommend getting into StarCraft 2. Understanding enough to appreciate the GOAT that is J-Money. Alright, I don't know what happened there. We wanted to get rid of a Ravager, so we used some Banelings or something. What has happened? I don't even know. How many drones are in there? Just 3. The 3 that he saved earlier. Alright, another Hellion run by. Another Hellion run by. J-Money. Denied us. Denied it. J-Money doesn't believe in it anymore. He says, F it. I am going to finish what I started. He gets a planetary. He doesn't get the second. Oh my goodness. I don't know how it's happening. But J-Money is incapable of killing the bases that he's trying to kill in this game. The 3 drones that we have protected earlier are still stuck inside of the Nidus. There's a Hellion run by. Got a few more drones. 7 Ultras now on the way. J-Money spending some of his money. Poor J-Money. Poor J-Money. That is an army. Now if Luolis starts moving out, maybe there is some Zerg magic possible. We have chitinous plating, we got +3 melee. We've got 17 banelings morphing. It's gonna be a difficult army to fight. Man, I want to zoom out even further, but I can't. And Viper just gets sniped immediately, a little bit unlucky. And in case you guys are wondering, the 3 drones are still inside of the Nidus. We dropped some blinding clouds. That is good, but then normally there's supposed to be a follow-up. The follow-up is here. Blinding clouds are gone, but the Lings are going to try to jump on top of the tanks. Couple of Ultras coming in from the right. Corruptors are melting. J-Money still maxed out. 100 Zerglings. I need that guy from the Premier League of Darts. 100 Zerglings on the way for J-Money. Drones still inside of the Nidus. What are we doing? We have 16 baits. I still believe that J-Money is going to find some good fights. It is going to happen. Ghost is going to get surrounded immediately. A lot of tanks are exposed. If Lynx can get on top of tanks, there will be a lot of friendly fire. Yamato lands on one of the Ultras. Ultra comes out from the hatchery in the bottom right. Dies. Queens die. J-Money can absolutely fight this army, by the way. With this many tanks at home, J-Money can fight this army. Units lost resource tab is 15k against 36k. So yeah, some of the trades have gone alright for Luolis. J-Money wants that planetary. And even if this is the last damn thing he will ever do for Oklahoma, he's gonna get it. And he most certainly got it. A couple links on top of these tanks, mate, please, for the love of everything. Oh my goodness, he didn't. And now those tanks just killed some Ultras and 5 million Zerglings. More Lings hitting us with the run by. J-Money just made 100 Lings. He's got to be running a little bit low on larva. Thor's getting some shots off on Overlords. Oh. I think J-Money is kind of running out of steam. I think we are going for Game 5 and a potentially very important coin toss, even though both of them have won and lost on their preferred server. We still have the Nidus, and the 3 drones are still inside of it. But Luolis and her mech is really making all the difference. Couple Vikings are chasing down Vipers in the top left. Oh, I love this. It's a drag race to the finish. Where are they going now? No, they can't go there. The Vikings kill 1 Viper. We are missing a fight of Lynx getting on top of a couple of tanks. Ultras in the mix as well. It's a lot of move commanding. Oh, those Ultras are the unexpected as they pop up on the right side. Finally give J-Money a great fight. But I am afraid it's a little bit late. J-Money held, J-Money's kinda mega dead. 24,000 resources have gone down on the side of Luolis. 49,000 on the side of J-Money. Throwing away 4 armies for a couple bases. Turned out to be very expensive. Another Ling run by, this time trying to get on top of the mules and the Hellbats, but it is not meant to be. J-Money broke as a joke. Oh my god, he's cosplaying as Rainer now. There were years, guys, where Ben, Demu, and me often would tell Rainer, I was like, man, why don't you get a couple of Infestors? And Rainer would only ever make the Infestors after he threw the kitchen sink and everything at the Terrans 5 times. Lost completely out of steam, then he would make a couple of Infestors. And he'd be like, yeah, I tried to make Infestors, by the way, guys, didn't work. And it's like, no! You made the Infestors when the game was over. That's kind of what J-Money is doing here. I love the Neuroparasite as well. That's very ambitious. 44 gas in the bank. 104 supply. Broke as a joke. 3 infestors and Neuro. J-Money has done some serious analysis of Raynor in his prime. We are building 4 hatcheries at once and firing up a couple of drones. But Luolis is not playing the same game as he did in game 3. Hellbats, Hellions, Thors will take out the hatchery in the top left. Yesterday he's super dead. Oh, I think he knows. But I also think that this game maybe got like so hectic and chaotic that as a Zerg you're kind of hoping like maybe the Terran is broke. You know, they did make a lot of tanks and Thors, and I think sometimes fights happen, and I don't think J-Money was really watching. So maybe in his mind he accidentally killed like 12 tanks, you know. And Luolis could be very broke. But Luolis actually has traded 28,000 resources more efficiently. So no, Luolis is not mega broke. I can think, yeah, the drones are still here, guys. They actually, I had to switch scenes for that, but my 3 drones are still here. They're so safe. Oh, that's so good, man. That's actually so good, guys. It makes me so happy. Not because J-Money is losing. I love J-Money and I'm kind of rooting for a J-Money win, but I just love it that we're trying to bust out the Cerro plays, but then accidentally make things worse. GG gets called. Luolis after 24 minutes ties things up. We are going to game 5. And I think that everybody loves that, besides Psionic, because I know that Psionic has dinner plans and he was supposed to play at 9. And now I'm starting to feel a little bit bad. At 8, sorry. But hey, maybe Rex against Eric is going to be the shortest EVZ ever, but we are already severely behind schedule. Yeah, if you can, please already veto it. Rex. Oh, damn it. Yes. Head Sortils, Luolis. I'm so done. No, it's okay, Psionic. It's alright, mate. We've got ZVZ. Alright, okay. J-Money pick. Heads or tails. I'll flip. No, you won't be that. Alright, he wants heads, guys. We're gonna flip a coin. Coin toss. I'll type it in my browser. J-Money wants heads. Heads or tails? It's heads. We're staying on NA. Alright, so J-Money wins it. We stay NA. He won. Go game 5 quickly. We gotta hurry up a bit for Psionic. I don't know how this happens, by the way, Psionic. I feel like the last 10 weeks, mate, 9 weeks, I've been way ahead of schedule. And then the one time where I know that you have a bit of a tight schedule. Of course, we have an hour and a half J-Money ZVT series. I'm sorry, mate. Sometimes it's just destiny. If it really would be like a massive inconvenience, mate, we can probably make something happen that you play on a different day. But let's just see how the ZVZ goes. Let's see how game 5 goes. Maybe Rex and Eric will be quick and it would still be fine. I could swap the matches, but it's not very fair to Rex. The problem is that it's already freaking late in Taiwan. And if we swap it around, it's going to be another hour later, right? So Rex is going to be like, F you, Roddy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, but... Where's Luolis now? I think Luolis went to Europe, but we flipped the coin and... Alright, Luolis coming back to NA. Tell your lady we all apologize. And we appreciate her understanding. Now, we'll make it work. Let's see how this game goes. Let's see how the ZVZ goes. Worst comes to worst, mate. I will do something that I normally never do. And that is we can postpone it and you can play. It's a special day. It's Valentine's Day. We over at Basilisk would never want to be responsible for some relationship problems. Would obviously be sad because I'm ready for 4 best of 5s, but if it turns out to be 3 best of 5s and we do your series like tomorrow, It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. But let's not get ahead of schedule. We are behind on schedule, but maybe Game 5 is short. Maybe the ZVZ is short. Then you still have all the time in the world. We'll figure it out as soon as we are there. Oh, Home, another beautiful map. Game 5. We are on NA. We are on NA. There we go. Because J Money won the coin toss. Here we go.
Final round. Fight!
Top right side, playing one hell of a series. Unfortunately, guys, those bases are just incredibly hard to take down. Representing himself, mostly. JMONEYMAGIC from Oklahoma. He was flying, taking a 2-0 lead. But there was a lot of spirit in our Finnish Terran for the All Things Brothers crew. And of course, all the Finnish Starcraft fans that are watching. This is our Terran, Luolis. Ambassador's bouquet. I don't know if we're in the bouquet business. That might have to come from me then. I don't know if Psionic's lady is waiting for some random flowers of a 37-year-old Dutch dude arriving. That honestly might just create more issues. So we don't want to do that either, but we'll sort it out with Psionic. Because to be fair, if I say that he's the third series and he's supposed to start at 8. No, wait, what? Yeah. He's supposed to start at 8 and we are gonna start way later, then it's kind of my fault. Even though obviously I do always tell the players that schedules are not set in stone. It could be way quicker, it could be later, but we'll sort it out. One way or the other, we will sort it out. We could absolutely get her a Basilisk cap that are signed by the boys, yeah. You got a little Basilisk cap with a Cyril, Rainer, Trigger, and Roddy autograph. I don't know if that makes up for any Valentine problems, but we can definitely throw that in the mix. I am willing to make that call. I technically don't have the power, but I can make that call. She'll be like, who the fuck is that guy?
That's fucking illegal.
Oh, not that one. The other one, but yeah. She's like, you promised me a dinner and I got a gaming cap instead? Oh, that's illegal. Alright, game 5, guys. At home, what will J Money bring? What will Luolis bring in one of the longest best of 5s that we've had in the Big Brain Bouts in a little while? It is a Reaper into a Zergling. If J Money did 8.5 hours of practice on Talisman, I don't even want to know how much he's done on Home. The other day there was some server lag, and this is because J Money actually hosted too many games in a row on Home. Even the WoW people were lagging because of J Money's passion. There was like a little speed emergency crisis in the power centers over at Blizzard Activision, and they're like, what's happening? What's causing all this input lag? And it's like, Oklahoma. I don't know what's happening there. Home. A whole laundry list of games. Slow Zerglings try to get the Reaper. That's not going to work. Yes, Luolis is paying attention. J Money going up to 3 bases. So Luolis found success with Bio in game 3. Found a lot of success with Mech in game 4. We saw that ZG was in the chat for a little bit. ZG also knows how to mech it up in this matchup. Honestly, if I was Luolis and I see that previous game, I'd be like, F it, I'm playing mech again. Sorry, Psionic, and your romantic Valentine Day dinner plans, but I don't really care. I want to win. $60 on the line for the winner of this best of 5. And J Money seemed, I want to say, a tiny bit weak against mech. Five queens, 18 links, and 6 more drones on the way. Hello, Sinsoro. Banshee opening for Luolis. We saw her go cloakless Banshee in at least one of the games. We've also seen a cloaked Banshee. No cloak on the way for this one yet. Baneling Nest gets dropped on the side of our Zergy. The Overlord is living a very peaceful existence up to this point. J Money's gonna be somewhat happy to see that everything is normal. Ooh. Okay, so we made one Banshee and we immediately moved the starport over. to build a reactor. And the first series of the night is definitely a banger. Two more Rexes going down on the side of Luolis. Seven Hellions and the Reaper. Yeah, I think Bully makes a good point here. It would have probably been better, guys, to temporarily build like a fake second Banshee or build a Raven, fire up Cloak, whatever. Wait until the Overlord is dead, and then you float over the starport. Then again, if you do it so eagerly, JMoney might be reading into this like, she's trying to sell me into the idea that there is only one Banshee. Because JMoney is definitely a bit of an overthinker. So maybe sometimes by just making it very obvious, you actually put a lot of doubt in the mind of JMoney. The Queen's doing a very good job in tanking. Overseer is here in all the right places this time. JMoney kills the Banshee. Get the surround. Can JMoney... Oh, he had a surround there, I think. I do really think that he had a surround. Could have just clicked a little bit deeper. 74 drones already. It's looking pretty good for our Zergy. The man who's getting some coaching and help and love from Lambo. Small oversaturation here perhaps in the main, but we're going to get a couple Evo chambers. He's exploding. We are back to JMoney. Mark roaring like an absolute Midwestern cowboy. Firing on all cylinders. I think I like this game for JMoney. I feel like these are the kind of games. It's also a pretty good map for Zergling run-bys, maining run-bys. He's going to have an overwhelming amount of units for quite some time. Couple low HP. Well, did it just... Okay. Some low HP Hellions and the Reaper just killed 2 Queens. That's obviously a nice little victory, especially with the style that JMoney wants to play. He's going to need those Queens, but he's going to rebuild 4 Queens immediately. He's going to bring them up to 11 Queens. Yeah, I think that Mac would have been a better choice for Luolis, because I do think that JMoney struggles a little bit against it, but hey. It's all good. It's good news for JMoney. Potentially bad news for Luolis. It's a good map, by the way, for some Dropaloid play as well. Imagine you get a couple Dropaloids over here. Oh, JMoney, I know you're thinking of it. Be one hell of a play. Luolis seems to be a little bit all over the place. JMoney is gearing up for a big Zergling run by. Can we raise the depots? We won't raise the depots. And scouting Zerglings get caught. Working on a little finished wall over here. Luolis throws down a scan. +1 attack, +1 armor done. These are obviously good moments to fight. JMoney is supply blocked. There's 7 overlords on the way. Zergling run by. It's not bad, honestly. If the Lynx get the tank, this is totally fine on the side of JMoney. You get a few marines, you get a tank. A little bit of damage to the other tank. Keeping all the drones safe. Is a little stuck right now on this lair attack. There's a lot of money in the bank. We've got 12 queens. We still have a lot of money. The banelings will connect with the Hellbats. Gotta spend that money, JMoney. That is the downside, guys, of taking a lot of bases and a lot of drones. It is hard to spend all this money if you're playing Ling Bane. Firing up high, 44 Zerglings. I need a Lewis Hamilton sound bit. Oh no. Yeah, I saw it too. Yeah, for a split second there, that was like... Wasn't me though, right? No. Obviously the players are always allowed to pause. That would give Psionic and his lady proper heart attacks, but... they are allowed to take their time. Yeah, definitely a little bit late on the 2-2. 1-1 has been finished up for a little while. JMoney's got money for days. Especially Zerglings. He's gonna build a few more drones. Hasn't built any drones in a little while. Luolis, her army is definitely starting to look a little bit better. 57 marines, 4 tanks, 5th tank on the way, 12 more marines. I'm worried. Alright, +2 armor and melee have been fired up. I don't know about this. Okay, there is Zergling run, but this is it, guys. I feel like this fight right here could be it. JMoney, you don't want to come everything from one angle. If everything comes from the top right, we are in trouble. A Zergling run by, guys. The depots are lowered. What are we going to go for? We're going to go for some marines. Oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of rocking in, losing a couple units, but at the same time, here come the Lings and Banes for JMONEYMAGIC. Gets a couple of the tanks. Marines just running for the hills. Really good job by Luolis. You gotta give it to Luolis. Unfortunately, the defense here not that good, but that was a silly amount of Marines that survived all of that. Hive tech done, by the way. JMoney could start Adreno glance. He's gonna drop an Ultralisk Cavalry and fires up Adreno as well. So excellent Zergling run by. This base is dead though. Maybe the queen could have been sent away. This is not a base that I think JMoney should try to defend. There is a Zerg power spike coming. With at least 2-2 finishing up. Adreno. Oh, JMoney. Oh my god, he's expanding like a mad lad. But hey, he's spending his money. It's all good. Big Zergling run by in the natural den. A few more Marines this time. Or we're going straight for the... I knew that it was going to be the exact same thing as last time, where he's going to pick up the ramp and he's like, oh, there's still units there, and then he runs back again. One of the bases has died, but that Zerg power spike is coming. Maybe JMoney thinking of setting up a surround. Oh, he's going to come in, but wait, the army in the top left. What is the army in the top left doing? It would have been so much better if it actually came in from the left side. I like how he went all the way around to then still just attack from this ramp. Well, okay. Couple of Bailings did connect. Perhaps he didn't quite feel confident in the numbers, and he was down 2 upgrades. So I don't know if that surround would have been goaded. The Lings would have disappeared rather quickly, to be fair, but probably still better than what it turned out to be. Lings will spot 2 Liberators in the bottom side of the map. Yeah, but maybe, honestly, guys, it might have been a better choice to not take that fight, because I actually think it would have gone really bad. Adreno glands are done. 2 upgrades are done. The Zerg army should be... I hate that he doesn't leave. Oh my god, there's more lag right now.
Game
yeah.
Paused.
I don't know. I don't know who it is. That's a very bad moment to lag. Of course, this is the last thing that our man Psionic was waiting for. Maybe it's like Luolis just lagging on an A. Okay, should work. Go. JMoney, by the way, guys, does a lot of things right, and he's gotten a lot better. But in little fights like this, he really needs to split off. Just like a tiny group of Zerglings and A-move. Like, you cannot, like, walk everything in and out like that. Oh, what? What? Alright, I don't know about that. Lings and Banes will find some good connections on Marines. Luolis has a bigger army. I really don't know, JMoney. I don't know why we're doing this. I don't know if we should be doing this. Because this is still a pretty terrifying Terran army. But, okay, JMoney gets the tanks. Banelings will find connections on the Marines. Oh, my goodness. That is one hell of a surround. Obviously, Luolis had quite a few units at home. Is now going to try to float over a command center and is going to see a hatchery in the triangle. I don't know. Honestly, JMoney may have just done it with a crazy amount of Lings, Banes, now a couple Ultras. Chitin Spreading is finishing up. The Liberators are killing drones on the other side of the map. JMoney should have gone in here, by the way. These Ultras would have not died anytime soon. If we don't cancel this, by the way, I'm gonna be very pissed, JMoney. Does not cancel. What a guy. Lips is sieging from the natural into the triangle. JMoney is sharp, moves the drones away. Queen attacking the lip. Luolis has just been floating, right? A little bit too much. Couple times throughout this series, Luolis just floats a little too much money in pretty critical moments. But you really cannot be sitting on 2k minerals, 2k gas. I mean, the gas is one thing as a Terran. I love, by the way, that JMoney thought about taking this base while he literally has like 60-something drones. And then he also took this one with 1 drone. The only thing that I'm missing right now is the emergency Nidus. I love that Nidus. That's my favorite. Luolis has a bigger army now, guys. It really doesn't even look all that bad anymore. With a couple of extra factories coming online. No, I wouldn't call them BM hatches. Guys, JMoney is a lot of things. And yes, he's a yapper, but he's not BM. And he wouldn't do a disrespectful manor hatch. This is just JMoney feeling that he's like life in his prime. And he's playing the BlizzCon semifinals. And he's dropping hatches everywhere. And he's running Zerglings by. I can guarantee you that it's not him dropping a hatchery and be like, oh, look at me being funny, styling on my opponent. It's not what the kid does. He does a lot of things, and he can definitely be annoying sometimes, and I know he has annoyed people in this chat, but he would not do that, so it's not fair to label him like that. Could also indeed be anti-base rate hatcheries already, yeah. But J-Money will break open the supply depot wall. Do we lift the orbital, Luolis? We do not lift the orbital. Uh-oh. In a base ready scenario, that is absolutely not the case, Yuri. And obviously, you're allowed to take bases. Don't be silly, mate. It's Friday night. I'm in a really good mood. We're having a fun series. Don't tilt me. Like, you guys are not in any position to say or to label certain things as bad meta when somebody's just doing his best and trying to win a series. This is really stupid. Don't tilt, Roddy. That's impossible. I am untiltable. Unless you're getting under my skin. Or you're just saying things. I hate it when people present things as a fact that are just incorrect. And especially when it comes down to trying to make players look bad, or me, or other casters. This is stupid. So we're not gonna do that. No, but you still don't get it. Because like what Bully said, that makes sense. Obviously game 1 was a full all-out base trade. On top of that, he had too much money, no gas. He's just in the zone. I've known and I've spoken in love with J-Money, trust me. This series means way too much for him to be building mana hatcheries when the game is not over yet. I don't have to stick up for him because I just know that. And this game is not over yet. Luolis has 134 army supply. And J-Money struggles with a lot of things, with a lot of liberators. At this point, what I do think is over are Psionic his Valentine Day plans. So I may have to make a little plan with him. I'll see. See what we can do. I'll talk a little bit with him. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that, guys. Move on. I will shut this silly discussion down with an iron fist. No, I don't think you're too bad, Mirzo. Don't worry. Move on, guys. Have fun. It's been a fun series. Come on, don't ruin it. Don't ruin the vibes right now. We've been having a good time. They're both doing their best. They've both had their moments in the best of 5. Just enjoy it. Vipers leading the charge. We have dropped 2 blinding clouds on 2 tanks that were relatively exposed. Oh my god, this is so much mech. It really is ley lines all over again, but this time Luolis does get, it does lift the orbital, loses 13 SCVs. Trying to take this base, that does not work. Do we have a spy? We don't have a spy. He's going for a Hydra then, but he doesn't have any of the Hydra upgrades. Uh-oh. J-Money wants to get the planetary, and I don't know if he's gonna get the planetary. The Ultras are melting, the Banelings are melting. Oh no. Don't tell me it is ley lines all over again. Alex says J-Money is dead. I don't think he's dead yet. I don't think he's dead yet, but he needs to make sure that he has all of his... Hello? Okay. He's gonna find some damage, but we need better anti-air. J-Money, oh, Fungal then. Oh, that's decent Fungal. He needs more than a couple of Hydras without any upgrades. Like, if J-Money will keep on stepping into 17 circles, oh yeah, he is in trouble. Like, which, is this Muscular Augments? I mean, he does have the Hydra upgrades. He did that rather quick then. This is hell, yeah. I do believe that this is hell for the Zerg. Too many circles, planetaries and tanks. But, oh god, that's so many. That is so many. Right now, the anti-air on J-Money, guys. 2 Vipers, 1 Hydra. It's too many circles. But maybe he's just gonna run past the circles. He's standing in the circles. Oh, J-Money, J-Money, J-Money. We're falling apart. We are falling apart once more. That is so many Ultras going down. That's a lot of resources going down the drain. Another hatchery will get picked off. Now, Lynx and Banes will try to get this planetary once and for all. More Liberators showing up. Can the Banelings connect with SCVs? Yes, can we get it? Yes, we do get it. I mean, we get it, but sweet baby. Jesus, at what cost? What freaking cost? Units lost resource tab. Now 34k against 19k. Oh, yeah. And Luolis is down to 22 SCVs. So we're like somewhat in danger territory in that regard. And the money that Luolis was floating a little while ago is starting to disappear real quick. 146 arms supply though, 10 lips. No ghosts this time. No Thors. What is the fix the building meme? I don't know this meme. You guys have been spamming it forever. Where is it from? Explain the story to me. Because I don't know this meme. Only 3 orbitals, Alex. Only 3 orbitals. You came up with it? Okay. It's new? Alright. Viper's landing some abducts, but yeah, there's still not that much anti-air. J-Money, just avoid this, mate. You've got bases for days, you've already mined out a lot of resources. Grab these 10 drones, click them safely to the top side of the map, mine of this one, and hit some run-bys. Alright, we do hit a run-by, we have avoided some circles. What are we gonna do? We have burrow? We have burrow. Haven't used it a whole lot. Nice maining connections. 3 very happy Zerglings. And an ultra. Into the net. Oh, there's a big fight happening as well. Oh my god, not too many circles. J-Money! J-Money, get away from the circle of death. Creating some chaos. His happy Zerglings and his ultra still doing its thing, but make your life easier. Show up with 20 Hydras for all I care. Show up with a couple of Corruptus, more spellcasters. You cannot step into all these Liberators. Luolis is gonna drop a couple mules of her now 4 orbitals, so 3 orbitals have become 4 orbitals. It's actually a mega close series. And hey, to be fair guys, I did not only make the series 6 minutes into game 1. I already said I had the feeling that these two are going to be a very good match for each other. After 6 minutes, I was convinced that I chose wisely tonight. And it really has been a turbo banger. It sure has been painful sometimes, but it has been a lot of fun. Lynx getting surrounded on tanks and marines in the natural. Hydra made it through the circle. Oh my god. Oh my god. J-Money somehow gets rid of a couple of the Lynx and saves a few of them, but that was one hell of a meat grinder. 102 army supply against 108. We've got 3 infestors, 2 vipers, 3 more infestors on the way. Yeah, we've got grooved spines and we've got muscular augments. We don't have the speedy dash. Launch, whatever. Oh, we got the other 2. I was actually surprised how quickly he got them. Because I thought he just built a Hydra then at one point, and then I checked again and he had them. He does not have missile attacks. That's obviously a bit of an issue, but... No, there is no advanced ballistics. We have no fusion core, so no advanced ballistics, but... Not as important in this matchup as it is in PvP, I'd say. Obviously, still, it helps a lot, don't get me wrong. That is one way to deal with them. As a couple of parasitic bombs have gone down. 22 minutes in. Who wins one of the longest best of 3s in the history of 84 weeks of the Big Brain Bouts? And honestly, maybe the longest series we've had. I can't think of a best of 5 that went on for almost 2 hours. It's a single best of 5. No, we have no Hydra Dash. No Hydra Dash, no advanced ballistics. No neuroparasite, even though I don't think it's all that important. A ridiculous set of games between Luolis and JMONEYMAGIC. Once more, the Vipers show up. There's no goal, so you can honestly do this stuff 4 days. Ooh, that barrel bomb is dealing a lot of damage to the Medivacs for a split second there. How many dead workers? 43 drones and 60 SCPs. Not that extreme for a 24-minute game, to be fair. What a nerve-wracking series. I'm sure that J-Money's feeling the pressure. All the units were on siege for a little bit, and J-Money thinks this is the moment he gets 1 or 2 of the tanks, but he's forced to disengage. That is what everybody is wondering, Smifer. But it is one of the most closely contested series we've had in a while. 25 minutes in this first match of, well, what should be 4, but might actually turn into 3 matches. Because obviously we will cooperate a little bit with... I don't understand what's happening here. Just a casual scout? Alright, just a couple of Vipers leading the charge. Trying to figure out what's happening. Oh no, the drones. Burrow them down, mate. Burrow. You got burrow. You haven't used it 1 time. Okay, it's a base for a base. J-Money gets the bottom. Luolis gets the top left. And no burrow has been used. He's got it though. It's such a shame. Finds another orbital. So Luolis, okay, gets the kill on that one too. No, J-Money. No. Just don't. Don't do it. Rotate this army back to the top left. Oh my god, it's so difficult to engage. Is this it? 2 hours. Oh, everything is clumped up. Fungos, Bailings, this was it. But this is not it yet, Lord. Now we're gonna come in. We're gonna come in from 2 different angles. I still don't think there is enough anti-air. The bio gets absolutely evaporated, but the Liberators are a problem. But the Hydras from the back, JMoney blinding clouds his own Hydras. It's full panic. I think he wanted a parasitic bomb, but he landed a blinding cloud. But it was still one hell of an engagement. One hell of an 22 Hydras. I don't know about you, but the Chiefs fell 22 in the Super Bowl, and JMoney, not quite from Kansas, but from Oklahoma, is also feeling 22. And that should be it, right? I don't think Luolis can really defend any new bases. 0 income. 0. I think that was it. All the Liberators looked into one direction. And the main army came from the top, and that was good enough. Bio was clumped up, the fungals were good. The Veiling connections were to dream of. A turbo banger over best of 5. Nothing like a low eco scrappy game and using a couple Banelings to blow up the rocks. I mean, that has happened to the finest Zergs over in Korea, so who are we to make fun of JMoneyMagic for that? You don't think it's over? And then with 7 Liberators, you're right, it is not totally over, but without Ghost, stop doing that, mate. I think JMoney's army is too powerful here, mate. I think it's too powerful. Just land a couple parabombs, land the fungal. Close your eyes, parabomb! Ah, it's a good parabomb. That is a really good parabomb. Oh, the Luolis. That is also a parabomb. The first one I feel like had some potential. I think JMoney's like, you know what, I've got Luolis on the ropes, 1 parabomb at a time, we're gonna win this game. Meanwhile, Luolis has landed another orbital on the bottom side of the map. If JMoney doesn't do anything soon, could be in trouble again. He could be in trouble again. No, JMoney, you've got 200 supply of units. Yes, 1 circling. He saw the Zelnaga. He had the Zelnaga watchtower for a second. Finds the base. This is it. 1 more time. We thought the top left side was it, but this is really it. 2 hours of 5,000 MMR TVZ gaming comes down to this. Who walks away with 60 bucks? Who walks away with 15? We even have Big Daddy Thor. Big Daddy Thor is on strike. Does not believe in this fight. The Thor says, I'm out of here. JMoney loses an ultra before the fight starts. A parabomb 40. Oh my god, these parabombs. These parabombs are so big. A fungal. The Hydras. It has to be JMoney. With parabombs like that, it has to be JMoneyMagic who wins the most ridiculous best of 5 that we've had in a very long time. Oklahoma, rise up for your champ. Erniak unfortunately could not do it, but JMoney brings it home. And that was it, guys. That was the main event. It should have been, honestly. That was actually a really fun series of Starcraft. Alright. Ready in 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and hop into our CVC now. Settle this prediction. That was awesome. That was awesome. What a show. Yeah. Honestly, big shout out to Luolis, big shout out to JMoney. It obviously takes 2 players to make a great series. And these 2 were just a perfect match for each other. I loved it. I loved everything about it. JMoney gets the dub. A very, very well deserved win. Next up, guys, EVZ Eric versus Rex best of 5. Brazil versus Taiwan. Fight! Eric is our Brazilian Zerg. Brazil. I don't know why that's funny. Rex is our Taiwanese Zerg. Give you guys 10 minutes. Second series of the night means it's an 80-20 split from Basilisk. Basilisk also giving us 10 subbies. Really appreciate it. I hope they enjoyed that series. I'm going to take a very tiny break. We'll probably hop into the best of 3 rather quickly. But I also need to communicate with Psionic, because obviously I don't want to ruin Psionic his night. That's not right. We said that it could start at 8. It is now 8, and we're doing the ZVZ. And no, I can't flip them around because it's 7 a.m. over in Taiwan, and I don't think Rex wants to wait another hour. So let's just see what is possible with Psionic. Let's see what's possible with the ZVZ. I'll be back real soon. What a series, though, guys. What a series. Oh, it was great fun.